Hey, today I just want to talk about the best thing you can do for yourself if you're looking to start investing in property. My name is Thomas O'Regan. I'm a buyer's agent here in Australia, and I'm helping people get educated on investing in property. Me and my wife have an 11 property portfolio, and we know a thing or two about property. So basically, if you're thinking about investing in property, the best thing you can do for yourself is start educating yourself. And as great as it is to learn from YouTube videos like this, you always have to, validate, make sure that information you're getting off some dude on the internet is correct. So, say if someone on the internet is talking about property and they say something crazy that might seem a bit out there and impossible, doesn't necessarily mean it's impossible, but it is worth calling professionals that understand that do that sort of thing for a job to ask them if it's possible. Say, for example, if someone says you can buy 10 properties, there might be a person out there that think that's totally impossible and crazy. But instead of just saying that's crazy and impossible, if you're actually interested in investing in property, what you should do is you should find people that you can actually contact, that you can actually sit down and have a coffee with or have a phone conversation with, whether they're professional buyers agents, professional mortgage brokers, professional accountants, professional lawyers, property lawyers, whatever it be. Sit down and have a conversation with those people and ask them in person if that is possible. And the reality is there's probably going to be a bunch of whatever it is, buyers agents, mortgage brokers, that will say, yeah, that's not possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's not possible. That just means that mortgage broker or that buyer's agent hasn't done it. So I've spoken to mortgage brokers. I have conversations with mortgage brokers all the time. And the reason I have conversations with mortgage brokers all the time is because one of the most important points, the most important things to understand in growing a large property portfolio is how the financial system works. How to get your hands on access to debt to grow your portfolio. That is the most important lever, the most important thing any person investing in property needs to understand to grow to a large property portfolio. So I am always talking to mortgage brokers to ask them, can you do this? Can you do that? Can we refinance the property straight after we purchase it? Do we have to wait 3 months to after the property has settled to refinance it? Some mortgage brokers say, after you buy a property, don't refinance it for 6 months. Don't refinance it for a year. And the reality is, mortgage brokers will tell you that because they get paid the longer you stay with one bank. So if they were to take you to a bank, set you up with a loan at a bank, they would get paid, and as soon as you refinance, they would get unpaid. They would get a clawback. They would lose their money that they've just worked so hard to get. So if you're working with a mortgage broker who's not thinking in your best interest, you have to understand that. You have to understand, okay, this is not the sort of person that should be on my team. I should be working with a mortgage broker that has helped people acquire 10 properties or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. That's the sort of mortgage broker I should work with because they know how to get me where I want to go. So I'm just going to stay on mortgage broking for a minute now. I spoke about this yesterday, and it's a little trick, and you got to know all the tricks if you want to build a large property portfolio. And I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but everyone will probably know that these days is if you buy in trust, effectively you have unlimited borrowing capacity. And I honestly wouldn't know about that because I've never bought a property in a trust. I've hustled my ass off to buy 11 properties between me and my wife. And the way me and my wife have done that is because we found out that instead of buying properties in our own name or together, both signing the contract, we bought properties separately. So I would, if I was building the property portfolio, I would just buy if at the start of the property portfolio journey for us, I had the largest income, so it made sense for me to buy the largest amount of build the property portfolio. Okay, so me and my wife just supported everything that needed to be done to grow the property portfolio as large as possible in my name, and then my income reduced, and now my wife's income is the largest income source. That makes sense for her to be building the property portfolio. So I bought my first 5 properties, and then we transitioned to continue building the property portfolio. And the reason I stopped buying properties is because I tapped out on servicing. I didn't have any more servicing left, and I don't even have an income right now because I've just started a new business. So that means that I definitely cannot buy any more properties, but my wife can. So that's the thing. You've got to be strategic about how you build your property portfolio. And if you speak to mortgage brokers about this, they'll help you understand how you can strategically go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 11 properties. Now, so basically, my wife's earning the largest income in our household now, so she's got borrowing capacity. She can service the debt to acquire the loans to build the property portfolio. Because the reality is, if at the point when if we were buying properties together, at the point that I stopped working and started my own business, right, to achieve like larger goals than I ever could as an employee in terms of income, as soon as I did that, that would shut down our property portfolio growth journey, because my wife's income would be attached to my income, and instead of combined income to purchase more property, we would only have half of our combined income, and it would basically mean at whatever point that I stopped working, we would have to stop growing the property portfolio and wait for a number of years, until I started generating income that was at least the same level or greater than my income when I was working as an employee. So hopefully this has just gave you some insight, guys, and just remember, if you want to get educated on property, yes, look at YouTube. There's plenty of stuff that you can learn on YouTube about how to invest in property, but then back it up and go jump on the phone and speak to the professionals that know best, whatever it is that you're trying to learn, or whatever it is that you're trying to prove that someone said on YouTube. All right, guys, if you like this, just hit a like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.